Hey, crypto family. So, again, not too much going on today. You can see Bitcoin's up 0.38% at $7,289. A couple of other altcoins are down a couple percent. And then you have Monero actually up 14.8% to $138. And one of the reasons I think it's up has a relation to Silk Road, and I'll go over that in a couple minutes. But there's a couple big altcoins that have been spiking recently as well. So you have Pundi X up 14%. You have Holo, which is up 24%, which this coin has been pumped a lot, I've seen on Twitter. And then Komodo is another one I've seen pumped a lot on Twitter. It's up 16%. So again, I'll cover why Monero is up. But first, let's go over Bitcoin and exactly what's going on with it. So right now you can see it's riding that 128-day moving average. It's not really climbing above it. It's been seemed to be staying with it. So it's, that stuck between about 7,300 to 7,350. Those are the levels we want to push above so that we can reach this 200-day moving average of about $7,800 to $7,900. Now, if you see the volume, again, there hasn't been much volume, but we still are in this steady uptrend. So we're gonna have to watch to see if we can push higher. But real quick, I'll go over to the 4-hour chart and just, you can see here for the moving averages on there. Now, the 50-day crossed over the 200-day moving average a couple days ago, and that was very bullish, and you saw that movement continue to rise. And now we're looking at the 128-day moving average crossing over the 200-day moving average as well, which will be bullish as well. So again, if that happens within the next couple days, expect another spike up. But just looking at the moving averages in comparison to where we are right now, it's looking pretty bullish if we can get above this 128-day moving average. But again, there's been a lot of crazy movement with shorts reaching all-time highs and just, a lot of manipulative trading going on. So again, as I mentioned, always set your stops and take profits accordingly. So looking at the first article here, I'm going to cover the Ethereum futures launch for CBOE. So for those who know, CBOE is the Chicago Board of Options Exchange. They were the ones who were the one of the first ones to launch the Bitcoin futures last year. Now, Bitcoin futures, while it did cause, or there's speculative saying it caused Bitcoin to rise, to $20,000, but also caused its demise because it inherently gave people the option to short Bitcoin. Now, basically futures are cash settled, so you don't hold Bitcoin when you're shorting it. It's just like you're predicting, okay, the future price is going to be X and it's cash settled. So you're not actually, trading the physical Bitcoin. But still, people think, there is some relation, which I can definitely see. So seeing as CBOE is looking to launch Ethereum futures, not too many people are excited about that. No. Now I know that, possibly in the short term, we could see Ethereum futures or the price of Ethereum rise. But again, I don't think that it'll have a positive effect for Ethereum. I think it'll just be one more reason, people can short Ethereum, and it's one more reason why it'll continue its decline. So there's actually an article by Bitcoinist, and it was talking about Tom Lee, who this guy, he's the guy that works at Fundstrat, and basically he's real bullish on Bitcoin. He's, provides a lot of good reasons as to why Bitcoin is going to be great value long term. And one of the things here he says is it's bad for Ethereum, but good for Bitcoin. He's regarding Ethereum futures. So basically what he's saying is having Ethereum futures is going to take some of the weight off of Bitcoin futures because, people won't all be focused on Bitcoin now. They'll be focused on Ethereum. So in a sense, taking off some of that weight will cause Bitcoin to rise faster than it already is, which, I could see that. But again, how much it'll help is still waits to be seen. But basically it mentions that back in June, the SEC cleared the air on the matter of whether Ethereum was a security. And right now, they're just awaiting their decision for allowing the CBOE to launch Ethereum futures, which right now it's predicted for the end of 2018. So again, we'll have to see what happens with this. But hopefully this is good news for Bitcoin. And, for Ethereum, I can't see it helping it that much. So we'll have to see how it plays out and exactly what happens. But so I mentioned Monero and why it's up 14%, how it could be relation to Silk Road. So this article came out here and it's by Bitcoinist and it's very interesting. It says Silk Road sell-off, 800 million Bitcoin wallet sees mysterious movement. So basically, there's a huge wallet with over 111,000 BTC, worth over $800 million right now. And it suddenly became active after over 4 years, which is crazy and kind of scary. You know, it kind of reminds you of the Mt. Gox whale, you know, dealing with that wallet. Now, this is saying that coins go to Bitfinex and Binance. So basically, the person, whoever holds the wallet, they transferred over $80 million worth of Bitcoin to the Bitfinex wallet, and then another $32 million worth of Bitcoin to the Binance wallet. Now, one of the people here were saying theories as to who the wallet belongs to. So there's a Reddit article, and it was started by this guy, Six Silk, and it says it may be linked to the dark web marketplace Silk Road, or Mt. Gox cold storage wallet, or Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet, which claimed Craig Wright, which he is not Satoshi Nakamoto. But yeah, basically talks about, you know, who the wallet is, and it says right now that they're really gearing toward it being Silk Road's wallet. So kind of the wallet of the Dread Pirate Roberts, which was the anon name of Ross Ulbricht, who was the guy that was eventually arrested for Silk Road, which basically, for those who don't know, Silk Road is a website that was back in 2013 and 14 where you could buy and sell, you know, anything, drugs, anything online with Bitcoin. And the government cracked down on it, and then it got shut down. They tried to build a new Silk Road 2.0, that got shut down, etc. So, but people are still wondering where that wallet was, if this is part of it. And you can see here on the Reddit article, why I want to relate this to Monero is one of the comments is saying that it says maybe he's moving to exchanges to switch to XMR, Monero. And it said Binance just disabled XMR withdrawals, coincidence. And basically it says, judging by the random sizes of the BTC deposits to Binance, I would assume the whale is selling chunks of BTC for XMR over the counter. So this could possibly be a reason why Monero is rising. Again, you know, Monero is one of those privacy coins that people are looking at in order to, you know, stay under the radar. And it's definitely one of those coins that is gaining more traction as cryptocurrencies gain into the limelight. You know, people want to stay secretive. They don't want their information known. So they're looking towards Monero. So I definitely could see this possibly being that, you know, the whale is trying to switch over some of that money to Monero. But again, I still think that's a stretch. You know, it's anyone's guess what this whale, you know, who they are and what they could want to do with all that Bitcoin. So what I will say is, you know, don't get spooked by it. But again, this just really hits home the fact that you need to set your stops just in case the same thing happens like with the Mt. Gox whale. If they decide to dump a lot of their Bitcoin and, you know, we start having another downturn. So just something to keep in mind. Interesting article. I thought I'd bring it up. But last but not least is an article by Cointelegraph, and it says India sends officials to US, Japan, and Switzerland to study cryptocurrency and ICOs. So India is one of those countries that aren't pro cryptocurrency at all. Basically, they're one of the ones that imposed a ban on banks dealing with crypto-related businesses and persons. Basically, India doesn't like anything that they can't control. So it says the Security and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, organized tours to other countries for its officials to study cryptocurrencies and initial coin offerings, according to its 2017-2018 annual report. The Indian regulator reports that authorities have already undertaken study tours, in particular to study cryptocurrency and ICOs at Japan's Financial Services Agency and UK Financial Conduct Authority and the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority. And basically it says they want to gain deeper understanding of the system and mechanics, and just that they're considering issuing a rupee-backed central bank digital currency, which is their currency. So, you know, I mean, that is good news, seeing as India has over 1 billion people there. I mean, that is a ton of money flowing into cryptocurrency. Now, since this is, you know, their own rupee-backed digital currency, how much effect that's going to have still remains to be seen. But just that they're looking to get into the space is positive, because that's just more cash flow and more eyes on cryptocurrency. So I think that's definitely a lot of untapped volume that could definitely help the market. But again, we'll have to see what happens with this. So With that, if y'all enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, thanks for watching.